my second spooky video that I am trying to get all done in one period of time. Again, from the thumbnail, you will have seen what it is. It is one of these Miniverse balls. Now, this is, get it the right way around, this is the Make It Mini Food, but it is the Halloween collection. The beauty of these is you can usually work out what's actually in the ball from these diagrams here. So fingers crossed I've done it right. I'm hoping it's the cake. Now, saying that though, there is a special edition that does have the sandworm from Beetlejuice, but that's quite rare. So I don't think I've got that. It'd be exciting. You'll hear me squeal if I have, but I actually bought it because I wanted the cake. So I'm not quite sure how that is going to go because it'd be exciting. But I want the cake because the cake is going to go in my Cindy house because they're prepping the front porch area of it for Halloween. So I'm going to try and take some photographs and things for her as well. So do love these. Don't love the resin. I do have to say, I think there's a little bit too much resin in them, but they are for 8+. They are not for small children. But I know adults, including myself, that have had difficulty making these because the resin just hasn't performed like anticipated. So we'll see how this goes. I still need to find my UV torch. I have not got the faintest idea where it is. It has to be in this room, but there's so much in this room, it could be anywhere. So I'm going to have to put it in the sun until I find my torch. So I'm hoping it will be enough to set. We haven't got much sun, that's the only problem. So perhaps it works better in different countries if they've got slightly warmer weather than we've got. So let's go top down and see whether I have the cake, or you never know, there might be a surprise. So I will see you in a second. So here we are with the MGA Miniverse Make It Mini Food, and hopefully it is the cake that I have. This is the Halloween edition. There are a limited amount of sort of items in these. This is how I worked out what I wanted. It's not so much these are just drawings of the things that are in some of them. It's this that you need to keep an eye out for. You know where it's the white drawings, and that is what should tell you what is in the ball. I hope I've worked that out right. Now, obviously there are some special edition sandworms in some, but I suspect it's not many people do get them. It must be exciting when you do them. So there are, let's have a look, all the normal things. It says it's one set. Obviously it's MGA Miniverse. Anything on here? I know there is an age thing on it somewhere because they're not super. Oh, there we are. 8+. They definitely are as well. So I've got my trusty scissors to make it quicker to get into them because I found this quick way of just doing that. Ta-da! So these little scissors are a gem. If you're using scissors, please be careful. Right, where's the other bit though? There is another one that does it as well. I've got to find it first, would help. Where are you? Is it there? Is that it? I don't know. I'll be making my own. I can't find it. It's there. No, it's not. Ah! I'm trying to see it in the light. I mean, there's a little arrow there, so perhaps that should have given me a clue. Does it go that way? There we go. So as soon as you can get it going, it's just that I can remember in the early days when we all had them, they were coming off in strips and strips and strips, and it'd be anything to drive you mad. So we still got another layer. How many layers are on this one? There are 3 layers. And again, another line, which I followed the wrong side. The arrow points to that bit. I'm just cutting where the arrow is. It's there. There's like a little perforated. There we go. We're in. So what do we have in here? Obviously, it's orange to match our Halloween theme. And we have all of these. Oh, have I? Have I? I don't know. No, that's an example of all of them, isn't it? I'm getting too giddy beyond myself here. Yeah, look, there's an example of all the different things that are in there. As I mentioned, theoretically, this is the one that I have. And that is the one that is the special edition, which isn't likely to be in there, but you never know. So we have a little table, although saying that, the table doesn't look... I don't know. Let's just get in. Let's just get in. So it makes a little table, basically, which... I might put in the Cindy house as a little coffee table. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, there's a possibility of that, but I'm not sure yet. So we have all these. I'm just going to pause you a second. I just need a drink. Bear with me. I'm back. This cold's driving me mad. I mean, I'm feeling all right now, but it's just sort of it just staying there and it's annoying. But anyway, so let's have a look. We have obviously our instruction books in various languages, which is great. So those are not ours. That one English, to be honest, I don't really pay much attention to these, as always. It talks about the preparation. That's not even in English, so I can't help myself there. It just says build it bit by bit, and set it. That is it. Now, obviously with these as well, I must say, I'm not going to use this bit, but with these pods, it is quite cute for display. So if you do collect them for display, because the table fits in there, you can pop your items on, and then obviously you get that goes over, which there's probably a little plug somewhere, which is usually based around the theme of whatever it is. So that's quite cool. I'll leave that there. Now, where do we start? I don't know. We have a little desk, which they all have, which I presume is a little table mat. Let me see that. Let me just move it over slightly. And then we have different bags. I don't know which bag is which or where. Now that's a shovel. We'll go for the boring bits first, surely. Now, it's usually a little sort of, well, as you can see, it's like a pair of tweezers. But that's the top. Oh, look how cute that is. It's a little tiny ghost. Looks like he's got legs like that. But basically, it's the clip, so we can put him in there. I'll push him in. So we've got a little ghost. He's quite cute. I do like that. I don't normally keep these, or I will reuse them for something else, but I think I need to keep it because of that. That is cute. So then we have the little things that are sort of like to make the cake. Now, I've used some of these as accessories in Cindy's kitchen, which is quite good. Sort of, they can be used for various things. In fact, both of them got a cake slice there, so I suspect we might have a cake. So more rubbish over that side, over there. Let's keep it tidy or not. This is Chill Out, it says. This is our resin. Oh, now there seems to be two tops. Now, I don't know whether that's because perhaps it gets sort of jammed up. I don't know. But there's a resin in this. It's called Glaze. It says Sunny Days Glaze. So obviously we need to take that top off and put this top on. Shall we do that now so it's prepared? There we go. There's just a little bit of tape there. Let's see if I can undo it even. Yep, there we go. Like I said, I'm not fond of resin. It is the purple resin, which I think is the right one for the cake. Unless there's another colour as well, but I'm sure it is. And then it's a little nozzle, so we can sort of squeeze that out. So that's prepared. So remove those a little bit. And then we have 3 bags left. We have a thank you, it says. A little vampire bat on that one. So what have we got? Yay, it is the cake. It is the cake because I know these are the toppings. Look at that. Aren't they cute for toppings and cakes? Let's just take them all out of the boxes because then it'll be easier. So that's like some icing, spiderweb icing to go on top of the cake. And we have our 3 little bats, which are the cake toppers. Cute. So we've got that. So we know we've got the cake. Not quite sure why I've got that tabletop because the others haven't. We have sprinkles and we have the actual cake itself. So it's a striped cake. If I can get in there. So this is the cake base and then we've got to build it up from there. So there's got to be something else. There's another layer to the cake. That's what there is. Oh, look at that. That's like a little cake stand. There's not another layer. That is the other layer. So we have a really cute little cake stand, which we've got the sort of black and white trim on that, and obviously this nice scalloped edge there. So our cake will be sitting on there. That's the question. Where do we start? I'm going to have to read the instructions on to, oh, what am I doing here? Does it say anything on this one? That just says what's in it. And this is the one for the cake. Now, get the impression we are using the resin twice. Now, do they come apart? No, they don't. So I'm going to make a mess of this. I know I am. I'm really not very good with resin. It looks like in theory as well, you do have to do it in stages because it's sort of going 1, 2, 3. Then it says 5 to 10 minutes. And then it goes, obviously, I can't count now, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10 minutes. So you must have to let it set. So I'm going to have to pause the video. Well, you won't notice the pause, but I'll have to do the first bit, then stop, then I'll have to do the second bit. I hope this is not going to be super messy. That looks like it sits under the cake. I'll probably need that to stop me getting fat. I don't think I should put it on because I'm probably going to get bits all over it. So I'm going to leave it like that. And our first stage is, where have I gone again? is putting the purple. That's why there's probably 2 nozzles, because I suspect that nozzle is going to block up after our first one. So we're going to be putting on the icing, dripping it all around that area, and then the tiny little sprinkles, which are very cute. I love this. I will keep this little pot for Cindy's kitchen as well. So yep, they come out. That is really sweet. I say it makes a nice little doll's house decoration as well, the pot. Oh, and now I've got sellotape stuck to my finger that won't come off. Let me put it over there. Ah, it's sticking. It doesn't want to leave me. Let me stick it onto a piece of paper. There we go. Right, I'm really nervous about doing this. Should I hold it? Am I going to get my fingers covered in resin? I don't know. Right, so I'm presuming this will just drip down. I say my daughter's already done this. I should have asked her. So I'm going to try and squeeze out. It doesn't want to squeeze out. You're not going to go. You're going to be a pain. Now, I know I've took the top off. It is not wanting to squeeze it out. Let me do it on this piece of, in fact, this piece of paper, not the instructions. See how hard I can squeeze it. Ah, there we go. It does. You have to squeeze it really, really hard to get it going. So, let's see. I'm going to try and keep this in line with the camera, but I might not because, well, it's sort of coming out. This is going to be as good as my normal cake making, this is. I would like to try and make it look half decent. That would be nice. So I've done like a ring around. I'm going to have to stand it on something. I think I'll use this little table because I need it sat solid so as I can put it on. So here we go. A little bit more. I need more. I can't imagine I'm having enough resin. I've already put it on the cake bit. I suppose that's what the little trowel and things are about. So I might have to get them in. This is really hurting my fingers. I don't know about it not being suitable for an 8-year-old. I don't think an 8-year-old could squeeze it. I mean, I suppose it's better than it pouring out. I mean, if it was pouring out, well, then I'd have a job on with it, wouldn't I? Right, I've put some on. I think I'm going to have to move it around with this because I can't see how I'm going to get it on. Can you see what I've done this for? Made a total mess. So I'm not really up for resin. It's not something I like to use. I just really wanted the cake, so I thought, well, I'll go for it. And I don't want to get it on my hands because ultimately it is resin and it is ultimately poisonous. So please, please, please be careful. Now, they've dripped it down and it looks all very pretty. I don't think I'm going to be very good at dripping it down. So unless, let's see if we can make it do it. I don't want to do it and then it makes a mess. What do we think? It's not going to do it, is it? I will try and make it look like it's dripping down. I'll probably not put enough resin on it. It's just not wanting to go. Let's see if I can squeeze some more out of here. So my fingers are going to be dropping off soon. Come on, resin. Come out. No, it's not coming out. Right, I think what I'm going to do is, I shouldn't do this, but I just want to clean those edges because otherwise it'll annoy me. I really need to give my hands a good wash after that. I'm just going to put on that layer, I think, because it's just not coming out for me. I could maybe do with a little bit more around that edge. Well, this is going to be a longer video than anticipated. It's probably put you off buying one, this. There's a bit coming out. Like I say, it's good that it comes out slow, but it's hard for you to actually manipulate it then. That's the only thing. You're not going to get like a drip that I'd like it to be. So I'm going to leave it very smooth. Obviously, poor old Cindy, when she gets the cake in her kitchen, perhaps she's just not as good at making cakes like me. I'm absolutely useless. My daughter gets all the cake making duties. I can make a cake. It's what it looks like is the thing that changes it. It tastes great. It doesn't look so great. So, shall we throw some of these sprinkles on? I think so. These are going to go everywhere. You can cover up a multitude of sins with sprinkles. Again, something I've learned myself. Right. These are going to be a nightmare to clean up. Right, I've got sprinkles on there. So I think I'm going to pause it, let that settle a bit, clean this area up, and then we'll finish it. So I'll be back with you in a second. Well, I am mind-blowingly impatient and I'm not going to wait 10 minutes for that to dry. I'm happy with that. It's maybe not as decorative as theirs, but I'm happy. Now, I've had that just standing upside down, hoping that all the resin's going to run to the bottom. Whether that's the problem, I don't know. So I've still got my sprinkles and the bits on the top. Now, I get the impression I've now got to do a resin circle, which will then have these details on. Now, it's pretty obvious where he is going, but I was wondering sort of whether you've got to, yeah, you'd sort of line it up so you can get the holes. You could leave it looking like it's white icing, really, couldn't you? So, shall we go for it? Hopefully this has moved down a little bit. Well, it looks like it has, but I'm going to try and keep it tipped up. I have changed the nozzle because I'm suspecting the other one has started to go a bit funny. So let's see. I'm just going to pour it in the middle. It is coming out. Can you see? It is coming out. I suppose you've got to avoid those holes though. And I suppose the holes, this is elegant, isn't it? The holes help it sort of hold the bat in place. So let's have a go. So one more squeeze. Two hands, taking 2 hands to squeeze it. And then I'll try and flatten it out. I mean, there is more resin in there. So perhaps if, I don't know, perhaps because it's a bit cold, perhaps if it could be warmer, something like that. I don't know. So we will use the little spatula now. And I just want to move it to the edges. I don't want it to drip this time, but it might still end up doing it. I can guarantee it'll do what I don't want it to do. My daughter did warn me that this wasn't as easy as it looks. Are you going to level yourself or not? You see, we've got a nice sort of pink sort of collection of resin there. I don't think I'm going to go too near the edges because I don't want it to drip. There's a couple of bubbles, but that's not the end of the world, not for this anyway. So I'm going to put that to one side. I'd like to try and keep that, so I need to clean it and try and get that resin off it because I would like... Now, do I just drop this on? Because now I can't see the holes where my back goes, can I? So that was not perhaps the brightest idea. Let's just... I mean, it looks cute like that. It looks cute like that. I don't need necessarily to have these bats even in, which I will do. But where's the holes for the bats? There they are. Is it? There we go. I'm squishing all my resin out. Right, it's not gone over the edges, so that's good. But my that's annoying because it's not central now. I like things to be central. But again, if it was my cake making, it wouldn't be central anyway. So, you know, there you go. It does say you can pop a few sprinkles on. I'm not quite sure how they're going to fit on. And they got sprinkles absolutely everywhere again. And I think I need to shake any excess off. And basically, that is it. That's my little cake. It's so cute. I did okay. I'm now going to have to pop it in the sun. Everything's covered in sprinkles. I don't know how well you can see it, in fact. Let's have a look. So if it goes on its little cake stand, that's cute. I like that. So like I say, it needs to go in the sun now, or I'm going to try and find my torch, and I need to now pick up all these tiny little bits of sprinkles. But the cake is nearly on the floor. The cake is successful, apart from the fact I have issues with the resin. It could just be my hands, perhaps they're not strong enough. So I won't be keeping this. I need to take the lid off and change it. Not sure about the recycling. I will check regarding that, because that's the one thing that does worry me a little bit with these. So that's just going to go in that to sort, as I'm calling it. That, as I can keep it sort of little kitchen accessory, something like that for the dolls. And this, I do think this is quite cute. So that will be sitting in Cindy's kitchen. That's a definite, because well, it looks cute, doesn't it? So out of it, I do have a nice cake. Cindy has a nice little sort of accessories for baking. And there is this little table, which I'm not quite sure. It is cute. I think I should keep it because it might be able to use it for some sort of Halloween project in the future. But obviously normally it's meant to sort of the whole thing goes together. So that's my little cake. If you've made one, let me know. If you found it easy, let me know. Tell me what I did wrong. If you have the same problems as me, again, give us a shout. And I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you all very soon. And if you do celebrate Halloween, happy Halloween. If you don't, I'm sure you're preparing for Christmas, which I've got to do after this week. So I will see you all very soon. So bye-bye for now. Pop him on there.